Good morning and God bless anybody going through different struggles and stress attacks, panic attacks. May we calm down and find peace. It's very hard out here, and they say it all the time, like, if you're depending on life to be fair, or you're depending on people to be fair to you because you're fair to them, a big part of life is coping with that's not the scenario. A lot of things I've endured and had happen to me was things I would never do to anybody. I wouldn't even imagine doing to people. And I've had a lot of attacks, and those people should be the first people. I always say I should be first in line for their karma, but some of us, it's not in us. We don't do things like that. So that's crazy when they pick the people like us to put the most dramatic stories or headlines on us. They want to make us look like we're definitely something that we're not, and it's possible because there's so many people living lives that are untrue. So in the proper scenario, they can make it seem as if we could be one of those people, because nobody is perfect, and so many people are creating these images of perfection. And we're just being ourselves. So it's easy to put us in those categories to make it seem as if we're pretending to be something that we're not, because this whole world, so many people are. But anyway, they put these very obscene, dramatic, exaggerated storylines out there to destroy us. Destroy our images, because our images are destroying theirs and their lifestyles and different things like that. But with that being said, I pray for anybody who is going under these demonic attacks and in any way that anybody perceives you to be that is not true, that's hindering you financially, spiritually, and your family. And because we should be able to have decent lives, but we have to also acknowledge that a lot of people who were attacked and harmed in the most brutal ways wanted some basic things. Decency. Jesus was perfect. He wasn't harmed because he did anything wrong. A lot of people in our lives, we think they went down the wrong way. A lot of times they're just attached to people who are blessed, and people will use those people to get to you. A lot of things is definitely devil versus Jesus. A lot of people are upset at our anointing, and a lot of things isn't what it seems like. A lot of people are not attacked for doing wrong, because sometimes it's being associated from people like us who want to bring them to right. So I could go on this conversation for probably like hours. I wish this is what talk shows were about, discussing more than fame, but just families and relationships, jobs, how we combat these issues that really face us out here in this world. But yeah, if you sit and think that life is perfect or is going to be perfect because you go and get your degree, or because you go and do all these steps, these dummy steps that people created that they know is still slanted in other people's behaviors and their friends and their families, but they have to put this image out there that we're looking for people who meet these credentials. And no matter how many credentials you meet spiritually, physically, educationally, there's some of us all that still will never measure up. That will still never have the opportunities that other people have. It doesn't mean that you don't still try and go after it. But you do have a logical sense that even then, things may not pan out the way that it should. even then things may not be fair and consistent for you. But just keep your head up, keep your mental straight, keep your spiritual straight, stay connected to God, do what's best for you the best that you can. Be careful of your surroundings and the people around you, and the type of people who try you. It never gets better. A lot of people, once they bring it to you, they have already just created a horrible scenario for you, no matter whether you go right or left. Try to keep these type of people out of your life who wants to make you seem like something that you're not, a danger that you're not, because you're a danger to their perceptions on life. It's not many of us out here who are blessed and sane-minded, stable-minded. So when we look at these monitoring spirits and we like, how can it be so many? There's so many more of them than it is of us. So that's why there's so many of them watching us and stalking us and almost placing bets on how they can make us not succeed, not go further ahead, because too many of us succeeding would diminish too many of them exceeding. So just know it's not perfect, but you still can win. You still can make it. You still can do decently while we are here. Still can make change over time. Most importantly, I'm just praying for your mental well-being and success and minds, mental capabilities, to not be stressed out all of the time, always anxious all the time, all the things that they try to make a reality for us. We have every right to not to be wonderful people. We have every right not to feel anxious and unsure about ourselves and uncertain. And question just for basic things that these other monitoring spirits go through, that hide from the world, hide their hand. You can do it. You can get through it, and we're going to break the mold through prayer and works and having each other's back, and not allowing safe spaces for these people to go and criticize us and shame us, and we'll be able to acknowledge, yeah, I've been through that too, and it's okay. Instead of laughing at this person, I'll help them get through it. I'll love them through it. I'm the only person to laugh and criticize is the people like you who want to laugh and criticize and hurt and harm people. Joke's on you now, because now we have a mindset that we're not going to allow you to tear other people down for whatever reason that you have justified for yourselves. And there's a lot of backhanded things going on that we are not acknowledging. That's bigger than, there's a lot of agendas going on. That this stuff is not accidental. Whether they don't want certain people in these workplaces, in these fields. But what they don't understand is as we are the ones who spend the money, good people, God people, black people, whatever people, we always want people associated with us who have good, genuine hearts, who have backgrounds as us, and will never allow activity where we are excluded out, because and I think that's one of our first steps, is not spending our money at any of these places, businesses that do not treat people who look like us right, correctly, fairly, and have the right opportunities to get into these places, no matter what it is, no matter what service that we ask for and that we request. I believe would be the big first step, and to shut down anybody who comes with any gossip, hate, or bringing up a person's past or things like that when they know theirs is not perfect. There's a lot of things that we can do. But in the meantime, I just pray for your mental health and your stability. So I feel like we're just touching the surface of different things. We're just touching the surface of these people's agendas and who's actually at the top causing these narrow instances at the bottom, in the mindset and the mind frame of people that they want to pretend that it's not occurring, but they definitely were sent through demonic systems to break down certain individuals and I guess to take over and control certain spaces. But we won't allow it. We won't allow it. Jesus won't allow it. So in Jesus' name, I won't allow the physical pain, the anxiety, the stress, the devaluing of such godly people and people who are righteous. And even though it seems far-fetched, people can have decency. And no, we won't be perfect, but we can be happy and where everyone fits and everyone is welcome and you exceed on your own, through your capabilities, and it's okay, and a person intimidated would just try to exceed through their own capabilities and not through trying to tear you down and break you down. But this world has built people who has for years, way before we even grew up, we've seen it in bigger cousins and family who kind of like just tear each other down. And I just think this is just a decade of acknowledgement of our flaws and tearing each other down or breaking each other down to seem like a better woman or a better male, a better race or a better gender is just not acceptable anymore. You can be a better person and that's okay. And honestly, I don't believe in that, but you can be a better person for yourself. And we don't have to compete with each other because I'm going to still get what's best. What's best for me is not best for you. What I want shouldn't be the same thing as what you want, and you're not my competition. So my prayers is for everybody who they are trying to break down, feel like you're not one. And if you look at these individuals just alone, like I said, just addressing the fact that you're not perfect. A lot of these individuals isn't up to par in the first place, even in the positions that they have. A lot of them are handed different things. They're not better than you, and not to say you're not better than them, but there should be a level of respect for everybody. And all of this trying to devalue people and not focus on the principalities and the actual workload instead of picking on people to just flush all your dirtiness on and into is unacceptable. It's going to be unacceptable going forward, and we're going to lift each other up when other people are used to tear each other down for whatever the reason is, because there's several different agendas going out here, and a lot of people don't even know that their friends have a different agenda than them. They may think they just don't like you because you were not born in a certain area, and they might think their friends feel the same way, and then you justify for some reason that they find out that you were, and then their friend still has a whole nother scenario. Just know, just because people can't walk around and please you, because a person can please you and what you have an issue with and go to the next person and they'll have a whole nother issue. And we it's unacceptable. We can't do things like that. We can't, just very unacceptable. We can't walk around pleasing everybody. And it's always these individuals who they don't expect to have to please anybody because they think they're perfect. And just some of us are just not critical like that. But we can be. We definitely can be. So, anyway, hold your head up high. Don't let these devils and these tactics tear you down. Be strong, be aware, be alert. Some of it is way more dangerous than it seems. Some of it is not. So just take God with you everywhere that you go. We're all in this fight, but what I do refuse is for anybody to devalue us or our worth or our expectancy for decency and abilities and ways to go and get it I love you. God bless.